What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 77, and we're starting today's episode off by offering Yusuf Malumbu a new contract here at West Bromwich Albion. We also offer Claudio Jacob one as well, because these two players are free to leave the club in January for free if the club comes in for them. Chris Brunt as well can leave if he wants, but I'm not going to offer him a contract, so he doesn't get played, and he's on 30 grand a week, and we don't really need him. However, Jacob declined his contract, and so I was like, fair enough, Jacob can leave as well. I mean, he isn't bad, but he's like a fourth choice CM now, and he's on 60 grand a week. So if he wants to leave, despite being a decent overall at 77, he can leave if he wants. However, I was surprised to see that Malumbu accepted his contract. All through the season, you guys have been noticing the emails from Yusuf Malumbu basically saying, "I'm not getting in the team enough. What's going on? I'm not playing enough games," even though he's clearly a first choice midfielder. And I was almost certain he was going to turn that contract down, because he's also been saying, "Put me on the transfer list, sell me once the transfer window comes around, because I'm not playing any games." But instead he, that was a weird accent, instead he accepts the contract and says, "Yeah, I'll stay at the club," which is kind of bizarre, whereas Jacob has turned his down. So Jacob and Brunt can leave the club in January if they wish to do so. Otherwise, I'm not going to bother offering them new deals. If no club comes in for them in January, then I'll let them leave at the end of the summer, at the end of their contract, and that'll be that basically. So yeah, there you go. A couple of contracts worth showing at the start of the episode there, but only Malumbu has signed his, which I'm okay with, because I didn't want to lose Malumbu even if he wasn't happy anyway. But still, and he's got a really dodgy accent, but still, in the 16th minute here we take on Sunderland for the first game of today's episode. And remember in the last episode where I talked about how whatever goal scorer we put out there, whatever striker we put out on our pitch, they'll grab us goals? Well, Berahino got basically his first league start of the season and scored twice against West Ham, and it didn't take him very long to score against Sunderland either. Only 17 minutes in, and Saido Berahino grabs us another goal and makes it West Brom 1, Sunderland 0. And in the 24th minute we're through again here. Jordan Henderson down the centre, really good opportunity here, turns his man inside and out and shoots, but it goes into the side netting and out for a goal kick. So great opportunity there. Probably should have offloaded it towards Savanier down the left hand side, but I thought I'll go with Henderson and see if I can score against one of his former clubs. Unfortunately not, but it was still 1-0. However, in the 25th minute here, Jordan Henderson wins this header from the goal kick. It falls to Niang. Niang inside towards our goal scorer Berahino, holds the ball up really nicely, picks out and by Niang, who controls the ball really nicely and finishes it nicely as well. He makes it West Bromwich Albion 2, Sunderland 0. Niang gets our second of the games. He celebrates in front of the home fans there, and both those two players celebrating together, Niang and Berahino, already had a goal each here in the 27th minute. Now we're off to a very, very fast start here. It was a very nice ball through by Berahino there into Niang. Lovely first touch there. Sometimes it's very hard as a striker when you're bearing down on goal. Do you go for the volley straight away, or do you just, try and control it and then cushion it in? I went for the latter, controlled it, then shot it, and it was a right decision as we make it 2-0. Andre Carrillo here almost got an assist here for Berahino on the 45th minute. He drilled in a cross, and Berahino, if you didn't see that, he went for like a sort of a flick with the trailing leg, and unfortunately it ballooned up in the air and out for a goal kick. What a lovely goal that would have been though. But it was still 2-0, and in the second half here we come through with Berahino finding Anichebe. Back into Berahino, who bears down on goal, surely going to make it 3-0. Unfortunately not. Costel Pantilimon makes the save, and Sunderland get it away. So still 2-0, but all the chance in this game coming to us. Sunderland did not threaten at all, and as Anichebe runs clear here, it's a great chance to make it 3-0, but I just chipped the ball straight at Costel Pantilimon. I've said before, I'm not very good at chipping goals in this game, and it proved it there. So still 2-0, and as the kick is made from Pantilimon, Sunderland have a player who is offside. So we quickly take the free kick with Kyle Walker finding Wellington Silva. Quick little fake Rabona into Yusuf Malumbu, then finds Jacob, then Malumbu out to Silva. Lovely build up here. Silva into Berahino, and if it wasn't for a great save by Pantilimon, it would have been a lovely, lovely team goal. But the final whistle did eventually come a few seconds later. We won the game by 2-0. So very, very good performance. Sunderland in this game did not threaten our goal at all. Just like the game at the Stadium of Light a few weeks ago when we beat them in the Capital One Cup quarterfinals, they did not threaten us enough in this game, or at all. And we thoroughly deserved a 2-0 victory, and we keep on going with this fantastic run. It's been a really, really good performance in the league so far, and in every competition really we've been doing a job, and including this one as we travel to Russia to take on CSKA Moscow here. on Thursday night. We take on the Russian side, and as you can see by my team, it was a very weak one. And this game, which I identified in the calendar, when I first looked at it, I thought, when we first got our Europa League group drawn, I thought this could be a massive game for us, the final game away against the most difficult side in the group. This could be the game that we might need a point or even a win to qualify. Instead, we've already guaranteed a top of the group finish here with 13 points. So even if CSKA Moscow beat us 10-0 tonight, we will still qualify as group winners going into the knockout stages. The group is already set. It will be West Brom and CSKA Moscow going through in first and second. So we take on CSKA Moscow. We drew with them 0-0 at the Hawthorns, so I didn't really know what to expect. We had a really weak side out there. It was snowing in Russia, and unsurprisingly here, and we thoroughly expected to probably end up getting a draw at best. And the first chance would indeed fall to the Russians in the 34th minute as they won themselves a penalty off our goalkeeper, and I have to say I didn't think it was a penalty. Our Korean goalkeeper Kim Seung-gyu isn't complaining, but if you watch it back on the replay, he smothers his body against the forward there, and I don't think it's a penalty because he basically stops the shot, he saves it, and he does take out two CSKA Moscow players in the same sort of ground slide, if you will. But I didn't think it was a penalty, but it was given. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know, but it's a penalty. A really good chance. Rasmus Elm is going to strike it here. He takes up to shoot against Kim Seung-gyu, and he also scores it as well. So Elm makes it 1-0 to CSKA Moscow, grabbing the goal from the spot and giving the Russian side the lead here just before half time. So 1-0 from the spot, Rasmus Elm scoring it, but really it was a very poor game. There was only a couple of chances here and there, and I didn't even feel the need to show them because of course the game essentially meant nothing. The chances were half chances really. The game finished CSKA Moscow 1, West Bromwich Albion 0, so we lose for the third time this season, only the third time this season, and we expected it really. I'll be honest here, when I came into this game I thought I'll be lucky to get a draw with the weak squad I put up against a very good CSKA Moscow team, but we do lose it by a goal to nil. But it really didn't matter because again the table there was already secured as us finishing in third and CSKA Moscow as second. We got £2 million or almost £2 million for qualifying for the knockout stages, so that's great. I'm going to put that all in my wage budget and try and sign a player on a pre-contract for next year because that clearly worked out this season with Rodriguez and Carrillo being very good signings for us. And we take on Manchester United for the third and final game of today's episode here. So we travel to Manchester to take on the lads from Old Trafford, and this game came just a day after the CSKA Moscow game, so we only had 1 day's full rest coming into this game against Manchester. And the reason I played such a weak squad in Russia was because I knew my players would be physically drained coming into this game if I picked a strong first 11 team. So this is the whole point, when people ask me in the comments, why I make so many changes and why this player doesn't start these games and so on and so forth. And a lot of the times I do get comments from people saying, why don't you take European competition seriously? I do, but it's because of the fact we don't get too many rest days and too much rest time. I need to make so many changes, and as you can see, we came into this game and my first 11 was fighting fit and ready to go. Even the bench was ready for this game. Everyone was totally strong and ready to play, and that is exactly why I was perfectly happy sacrificing the points in the game against CSKA Moscow, because I knew that having a fully fit West Bromwich Albion side here against United was far more important, and it showed in the 11th minute because Andre Carrillo gave us the goal here at Old Trafford to make it 1-0. It was Ricardo Rodriguez hustling, putting Phil Jones under pressure, winning the ball back, crossing the ball in, and the two guys who arrived on pre-contracts for this season get the assist and the goal and make it United 0, West Bromwich Albion 1. And that is the point right there. That's the importance of rest days. Having a fully fit West Bromwich Albion side allows me to play a high press game and put my opponents under pressure, and it usually does help us result in more goals, and it showed there. So United 0, West Bromwich Albion 1, and in the 14th minute we're through again here. Brown a day to Andre Carrillo down the right hand side, really good team build up. Carrillo into Niang. Niang turns Marcos Rojo, goes through and shoots, but I finesse it wide of the post and miss a golden opportunity. What a chance that was to make it 2-0 here at Old Trafford, but unfortunately not, and it was still 1-0. And in the 30th minute here, United come through with Wayne Rooney down the right hand side. Mauricio picked up a knock, but United played on. The cross was met at the far post by Ander Herrera, I think it was, but his header hit the post and eventually the shot went over the bar and out for a goal kick. So still 1-0, but Mauricio was down Thankfully, he'd complete the game, but it is a knock and he'll be out for 3 weeks after this game. But still, in the 40th minute here, Jordan Henderson finds Ricardo Rodriguez into Kevin Savanier. Savanier roulettes around Luke Shaw down his left-hand side. He's got the pace to beat the former Southampton fullback. He drills in a cross and picks out Niang. Niang picks out the near post and makes it United 0, West Bromwich Albion 2. We are 2 goals to the good before half-time here at Old Trafford. Brilliant crossing by Savanier. And Niang, again, I've said one of the best assets is his shot power. He's got 88 for that stat, and he's usually so deadly when he just blasts the ball into the near post, and that's exactly what happened there. What a finish that was. It's his 14th goal in the Premier League, and it's United 0, West Brom 2. And in the 52nd minute, he beats Marcos Rojo for strength here. Niang down the right-hand side. He gets tackled, and unfortunately for us, Niang picks up an injury as well. So another injury, one for Mauricio and one for Niang as well. Had to sub off Niang in this game because he was getting targeted with hard challenges, and I brought off Niang for an injury, but it was still 2-0. But United tried to grab themselves a goal back. They did get one through Di Maria, the Argentine, headed the ball in, but thankfully for us, the former Real Madrid and Benfica player was denied his goal by the linesman's flag. And as you'll see on the replay, my God, it was tight. I thought that Kyle Walker was keeping him onside personally, but maybe he's just offside. But even so, still 2-0. But United didn't really do enough in this game, and it was all because of our energy levels. We pressed them so much. We've had a high press game. We put them under so much pressure. We were relentless with our tenacious attitude, and that again is the importance of rest days. It really is. We were so much fitter, and sure, we could have got a draw, possibly a win against Russia if we played against CSKA Moscow, if we played a good first team, but instead I sacrificed the game in order for this one, far more important, and it showed we made the right decision. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode.